Hello and welcome back to Dukascopy TV. I'm Natalie MacDonald. Joining us in the studio now to discuss life insurance is Gavin Pluck from Guardian Wealth Management. Gavin, thank you very much for coming in.
You're welcome, Natalie.
Now, as mentioned, we're going to be discussing life insurance, which is an item that you discuss in the Frontier magazine, which is an English language speaking magazine. Now, firstly, what stance are you currently finding clients have towards life insurance? For example, I am 24, single, no children at present. What need do I have for a life insurance policy?
Well, I would say with most people it's a mindset of life insurance is probably there for those at risk of something bad happening, and it's never going to happen to me, and there's nothing tangible there, is there? So, you know, what are you spending your money on? I think it's not the most exciting thing in the world, and most people would rather spend their surplus income on something more interesting than life insurance. I think that's fair to say, but saying that, there's not much that's guaranteed in life anyway, but the one thing I think that is guaranteed is, unfortunately, we are going to die. You know, we all die eventually, despite medical advancements. But I think with that said, many people will actually leave a beneficiary or a loved one financially disadvantaged when they do pass away. So with that knowledge in hand, why take the risk of thinking something that it might not happen or it may not happen to me? It's something that's guaranteed. From your point of view, 24 and single and, well, who knows? Yeah, the chances are that you are going to have people that will depend on you financially in the future. You may family, your own house, and there is going to be a financial dependence there. The one advantage of being young, and I suppose most young people probably don't take this into account because they don't understand how this works, is that policy premiums, the younger, the fitter, the fitter you are, the chances are that the premiums are going to be a lot lower. You've got a much better, huge chance of locking in a very low premium for a long-term life insurance policy at a very young age, as opposed to waiting until you're 35, 40, when you do realise you've got dependents and you need life insurance and the premiums are extremely high.
So you can almost adopt a similar attitude as with pension planning, for example?
Exactly, yeah. The longer you plan, the cheaper it's going to be for you.
Okay, so say for expats then who live perhaps a more transient lifestyle, what are the challenges of finding an insurance policy?
Well, I think for many people that are living and working outside of their domiciled country, it can be a challenge anyway, trying to get your finances in order, understanding where your pensions are located, finding a bank account. And one thing that's really, I find, tends to get pushed at the back of the queue is, are you covered? Do you have life cover? Many expats would rely on their domestic insurance that they have, which the chances are won't cover them when they've moved internationally. And what I find is, especially if you're a transient expat, someone that may be moving on again, is you may have to set up another insurance and that for each location that you arrive at, which can be very costly, especially as you, like I say, as you're getting older and the premiums are going up. The problem that most expats will find is that the life companies who actually provide international insurance at the moment are far and few between. They are out there, but the reason they're far and few between because regulations have changed. International regulation has tightened up considerably, and it becomes very expensive for a life company to offer worldwide cover, thus putting the premiums up extremely high. And when you take into consideration the size of their target audience, which is obviously going to be smaller than it would be in a domestic situation, it's not always financially feasible. So many life companies have pulled out the market. So it's understanding, trying to find the right life companies that will cater for that international worker, which is a challenge. This is where we actually work with the international community. We know where to go to find those policies.
We've discussed then previously the idea that there is no one-size-fits-all financial product with anything really involving finances. Given the fact that we're talking about a life insurance policy which is aimed at mortality, which is the same thing, is that the same with insurance policies, or is there still variation?
No, I think more so. You know, it's with life policies. There's a huge array of various life policies and insurance protection products out there, which come with wheelbarrows loads of paperwork with very small fine print. So trying to understand what's going to suit you, what you're covered for, is of utmost importance. And saying that, I think one of the difficult things for the majority of the majority of people would be understanding exactly how much you would need, how much cover is enough. You know, it's and trying to sit down and work that out. Probably it's often best to do it with someone that knows that industry and can actually help them navigate their way through the calculations.
Gavin, thank you very much for coming in and sharing your insight. Not the cheeriest of topics, but something important nonetheless.
It's a pleasure.
That's all we've got time for right now, but thank you very much for watching. We'll be back shortly with more exclusive interviews for you, so goodbye for now.